Today we're going to be unboxing the brand new prompter from Elgato. I'm going to be honest, this is probably the most excited I've ever been about making a YouTube video because, well, one, I'd have never owned a teleprompter before, and two, this is the first ever embargo, like pre-release item I've ever had, so I can't wait to actually test this out. I'm sure judging by the title of the video, you probably already know exactly what this video is about, but at the time I'm making this video, the item hasn't even arrived yet. It's supposed to be arriving today, and I'm so excited to get my hands on it because it's something that I've wanted to test out for a long time, especially when they teased it like 6 months ago or whatever TwitchCon was in Paris. Elgato are a brand that I have been watching for years and been very supportive and enjoyed all the stuff they've been releasing. It's been amazing, and I never imagined that I'd get the opportunity to be involved in a release of a product, so that's absolutely insane to me. If you're someone who has goals and ambitions and aspirations to work with cool brands and other creators who are doing equally interesting things, put yourself out there, just make content that you enjoy, and well, you never actually know what's gonna happen, do you? So the item has just arrived, and as you can see, it's in this hefty box, which has a big list of accessories and stuff on the side. So I assume that means it's gonna have a bunch of adapters and stuff, so it's gonna be able to fit any type of camera that you own. Let's check it out. So as I just mentioned, they've got a list of everything that's included in the box. You get a prompter with display, you get some back plates, and that's something I was worried about with this. I thought Elgato might make it so it's only compatible with their webcams and stuff, but thankfully they have a universal shroud backplate and a DSLR backplate, which means it should be able to work with any camera that you should own. You also get a bunch of step-up rings. I'll explain that later on, but that's kind of how you attach it to the lens in your camera. And then you get a bunch of just mounting stuff, a cleaning cloth, and, well, obviously the USB-C cable. One thing I'm very excited about with this actual device is the fact that it is powered and all the data comes across in the USB-C cable, so you don't need two separate things, or you don't need a separate AC power mount thing, so everything's just all contained within that one cable, which makes this thing super easy to use. Anyway, let's actually check out what's in this box. So opening it with the most awkward thing in the world. Really need to invest in a knife or a letter opener or something. I'm using a screwdriver. What? Oh no, I've missed one. There you go. Got it. We got it. We're fine. Is this a box in a box, or is it just oh no, that's the top. What is this then? I feel like I'm opening a little pizza box. Oh cool. So this is we have a quick start guide, as you can kind of see, and it's got all the adapters. So you've got the step-up rings, we've got the shroud back plate, as well as the USB cable as well in here. Oh, the DSLR back plate's in there as well. And if I can, hopefully this isn't upside down. It shouldn't be upside down. The box is the right way around. Oh, what a beautiful noise. Oh no, stuff's stuck. Oh, cool. Really should do this in a bigger space, but I'm in a tiny room and this is very difficult to do anything. What is this? Oh, it's the mount. So this should be the actual teleprompter, which is a decent size. So oh, cool. It's got multiple mounting, but I don't know if you can see here, but it's got multiple different mounts on the bottom. So that means that, well, at least screw holes. So that means I can mount base plates or cameras and stuff in different positions. And this is the actual teleprompter. How cool is that? You say currently got I assume the Facecam Pro base plate, or back plate, that's what it's called, on the back of the actual teleprompter. And while yes, I do own a Facecam Pro, which is an amazing camera and fits nice and snugly in this back plate here, I'm probably going to be using it with my DSLR or at least mirrorless cameras instead, so I need to change this back plate. So the way that this works is, well, let me just remove this box out the way first, and then we have our Facecam base plate here on the back. And the first thing you need to do is to obviously unscrew using these screws to remove the back base plate, or back plate, or whatever you want to call it, and then obviously put that to the side. Grab yourself the one you're going to be using, either the shroud one or the ring one. The ring one is designed to just to slot on the front of a lens you're using. That's what the step-up rings are for. So now you've got these screw holes on here, and then on the back plate you've got the screw holes, and then you want to line them up properly and then kind of slide it all in so it fits in nice and neatly together, and then obviously just screw it back in so the back is nice and tight. For someone like me who's probably just going to slide it on the front of one of his lenses, that's perfectly fine. But if you've got a different camera or using the Facecam Pro and stuff, you have to mount this camera mount on the back, and the way that you obviously do that as well is to find this screw and then match it up with the screw on the back of this mount here, line them up, and then make sure that they are attached properly. And that'll give you an actual mount like this, so you can now mount your webcam or whatever on the back here, and it should shoot through the actual monitor. But I'm going to set this up and then let you see how it actually looks when it's all finished. And as you can see, this is kind of what it looks like. Not that you can tell much of a difference, except my camera's moved slightly from what it was before, and mostly that's my fault because my big light's kind of in the way of where I would normally have the camera, so I kind of have to play around with my actual setup and decide where I want to have it properly. But this looks great and it's so useful for so many reasons. I'm not sure how familiar you are with teleprompters, but the way that they work is they're an angled mirror which has your camera behind it, so when it shoots through that angled mirror, it shouldn't get a reflection of itself or even see the mirror, and that's kind of why you're seeing me right now. But underneath the actual teleprompter, it has like a monitor. This one has one built in, because most cheaper ones or like budget options out there will ask you to use like an iPad or your phone or something and have it underneath, which takes away from like the usage of this, and I'll explain more in a second. But that display is then reflected into the mirror, and then that allows you to actually see what's going on for like reading scripts or like looking at other things that you want to see and stuff when you're making content. And one of the best things about this teleprompter is the fact that, well, it's Elgato, and Elgato usually makes amazing hardware, but it's the software that comes with it which makes it super useful. And obviously this teleprompter is no different. It has software which allows you to use this as like a dedicated desktop monitor, so I can literally drag anything onto this and use it the exact same I would as any other screen that's attached to my PC. But also it's got the teleprompter feature, so you can type in your scripts or like copy and paste a script into there, and it will lay it out as an actual thing that you can read, and you can change the speed of it, and obviously all of that can be controlled with the Stream Deck and whatever as well. And finally, they've added in a dedicated chat for Twitch, which is amazing, because obviously you could just use the display and drag a pop-out chat onto Twitch, and I tried doing that and it does kind of work, but the issue is you can't change the size of the text, because if you do that, the emotes and stuff get bigger and it just becomes very messy and not very good. So they developed their own like specific app for the Twitch chat, and you can change the font size or like different background colors and stuff so you can read it as easy as possible. And I think that's an amazing thing. It's currently in beta, so it's not completely like perfect and finished and stuff, but I imagine they're going to be updating it over time to make it more functional and add different features and things in there. So looking forward to seeing what they actually do with that. Obviously, I've only just got my hands on the teleprompter, so I'm sure I'll learn more on how to use it properly, and I will be doing a full review of this, which I will link at the end of this video. But a couple of things to mention before I wrap up this video is it actually supports a wider lens than this. I'm using a 24mm equivalent lens, but it actually supports up to 20mm wide, so slightly wider than this shot here. And also it's going to cost around $300, so I think it's $299.99 on Elgato's website. For anyone looking for like something to help their content out or improve their actual live streams or YouTube videos and stuff, this thing is going to be great. However, I will say that if you're a vertical creator and that's like all you do, if you just create on TikTok or do shorts and stuff, might not be ideal. But for people who do horizontal stuff, or if you do presentations or work from home type things where your content is in that like 16:9 format, this is going to be such a useful piece of tech to improve your content. If you do have any additional questions about the prompter though, give me a comment down below. I'll try and reply to it as best as I can, or even make a follow-up video explaining anything a little bit better. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel and stuff, because I'm going to be doing more stuff like this, and check out the full review, which I will link here, I think, and I will see you all in the next one.